Today is February 20th, correct? February 21st? Yes, it's the 21st. Okay, today is February 21st, 2023. Known as Black History Month, the whole month, 28 days. We have 12 months in a year. 365 days, sometimes 366, sometimes 364, right? Leap year, or 365, 366. And then we choose a month of love, the month that's President's Day and everything else, and it's Black history. But I never was taught that we're Black presidents. I never was taught a lot of Black things. Every Black history, since being a National Head Start, I've been taught about Martin Luther King. I've been taught about Harriet Tubman. I've been taught about some about Malcolm. Where I come from, we get taught about Haile Selassie. We get taught about Huey Newton. I got taught some other characters and other things in life besides George Washington Carver. And I appreciate it being Black history and it being taught. But I don't appreciate it being Black history for 1 month, the shortest month. I don't appreciate it being Black history, and no other culture or race has a history that they celebrate. And the reason why is because I feel like it's celebrated all the time. I am one of those people that feel that Black history should be all year round. It's American history, just as other cultures are. Cinco de Mayo, I know it's an American-made day, but that should be celebrated every day, as in America was built by us. It was built by every race in America, but definitely by Blacks, definitely by Latinos, even by Asians with the railroads. So with Black history, I love that we celebrate it. I love that it's taught, but I want different fictional characters or different characters to be taught. Real non-fictional characters, real life people, and real life stories that was taught. Things that were taught to me, I found out later in life, as we all do now with technology, that that's not the real story with it. I love celebrating Harriet Tubman. I love celebrating Martin Luther. I love celebrating Malcolm. But we have a lot more people to celebrate. And I would love for the American history, real true history, Black history, to be celebrated and taught more. As a parent with the National Housing Association, I got to go to Washington, D.C. And going around Washington, D.C., they have Black, Moorish, African culture everywhere that distinguishes that it's not just African, it's American. We're not just African American, we're not just Black and American, it's American. If you go to the Washington Monument, it's there. You go to the Lincoln Monument or Memorial, it's there. You go, definitely the Martin Luther King is there. We just got an African History Museum there, thankfully. And you can spend a whole day there. You can spend hours. You can spend probably a month there and find out a lot of things. There's a lot of things I feel about being Black or about being African American. Honestly, I don't like being called a Black man or African American man. I like being called just me. I like being called Masada. And that's a problem to a lot of people. A lot of people debate and do a lot of things, but when I look and see a person, obviously I recognize their color. I'm a 6'5" Black man in America, right? Obviously I know I'm Black. Obviously America lets me know I'm Black. But if we are souls, or we are really souls in a vessel, why do you still gotta always call me Black? Why do you gotta teach me about slavery? If other races have been enslaved, other people have been enslaved, why do we still teach us about slavery? We don't go over the Holocaust every day. We don't go over the Holocaust all the time. They got reparations for it, we don't. So speaking about Black history is really, it's upsetting to me because I'm about life. I'm a person. I'm a human. I'm a extraterrestrial in the sense of I am a soul inside a body, and my soul is deeper than just the color. And if you want to get the color right, the color is not Black. The color is brown, maroon, tan. It's just a beautiful color. You know, when they call us color back in the day, it's a beautiful color. People try to get tan. I don't want to hear that thing about anything. People try to get tan. It feels good to be tan in the sun. So being Black means a lot to me because I grew up with it. But at a certain point, if we stop calling each other the N-word, we stop calling each other Black, and we start just being, and I really mean being who we are, being the gods, the goddesses, the angels that we are, then the world will change. Black History Month to me has been since I woke up, since my eyes opened, since I came out of my mother's womb. I've been Black, so I've been celebrating Juneteenth. I'm from Mississippi. We've been celebrating Juneteenth since I was a little kid. For it now to be a national holiday that some companies observe and don't observe, that's okay. I observe it every day. I live with it every day, and I honor the ancestors every day. It's more than just about a Black film. It's more than about black actors, black athletes. It's more about Wakanda forever. It's more than that. It's about let's really going into our neighborhoods and changing how we live and treat each other, like a Tupac said. And once that starts happening, then I can be with anybody, because I grew up in the wrong era. I wish I grew up in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, which sound crazy. But while we were getting murdered, lynched, and hung and all that, we were calling each other brother and sister and being a team together. We weren't trying to outshine each other. We didn't have $1 million athletes not doing anything. We had athletes getting together. One of my favorite athletes is Muhammad Ali. And why is that? It's because he really lived by what he said. He didn't want to go fight a war because he wasn't getting treated like he wanted. So he jeopardized his life, his money, his family to stand up for something. And nowadays when I talk to certain people, they tell me it's about their family. The world is our family. All lives matter, yes, but black lives do matter. We have to take our lives to heart and matter for ourselves and matter for our communities, and recognize that our community is every community, and every community needs to recognize that there are communities too, whether you're in the suburbs, the hoods, the ghettos, it's all one. And once we realize that and unite, then I'll shut up and stop talking and just start feeling and start being, because I love everybody. I love my brothers and sisters, and that's for Latinos, that's Asians, that's the white people, whatever you want to say, because if black people are the start of the race, or the start of the world, and the oldest living person is black, and we all have that black woman gene and genome inside of us, then let's start looking at each other as one, and let's stop. I mean, it's 2023. We're still on some stuff that people talked about and people are doing when they had no knowledge. If you know more, you know better, do better. And I'm challenging everybody to let's do better. Black History Month is awesome. Let's celebrate all year long, because I do. But let's celebrate everybody else and know that we're all one.